Hey everybody, welcome back to Woodward's Fail Music Speaks, where you can fight depression with the power of music. I am your professional handicapped host, James Cox. I have another interview today. It's like I've been a big fan of his since his PR. I forgot her name. I'm sorry about that. But when she sent me Zack King, I'm like, yes, I gotta get him on. So Zach, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, James. I'm super excited to dive in, and I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Before the show, we talked about weather and where we live at, and you are in L.A. and you moved from Minnesota, correct? From
Yeah,
Minnesota
correct.
to All right.
Very
So
big change.
okay, good, yeah, because a lot of people don't like L.A. right now. There's a lot of mystery behind L.A., Los Angeles, and that big no-no place.
Right.
So could you tell me any like positive stuff about LA? Because all I hear is bad stuff.
Yeah. Right now, it's a tough time going on in our country, and specifically in a lot of in LA. So I totally get. That's actually kind of why I wrote my last song, "We're All Right," but we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of great things about LA that I love. I'm more in like the South Bay, which is southern Los Angeles, and there's a lot of great beaches. The weather is like consistently 70s, low 80s,
Yeah.
which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
It's great for my mental health to get sun every single day, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to move away from Minnesota to constantly have nice weather year round, which is good for my mental health.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, I know sometimes people give LA people a bad rep, but there's a lot of nice people that I've
Yeah.
met here, a lot of great friends, and yeah, I'm very glad with the move so far.
Well, it's mainly Hollywood that gets a bad rap, and now, of course, it's in I think it's in Los Angeles, right? Hollywood, California is near LA, or is that
Yeah,
like okay? Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah. But yeah, it's just weird how the media perceives the one state as evil and not ever go there. Because I've heard a lot of people moving out of LA. I never heard somebody move into LA. And you're doing
Yeah,
the opposite. So I wanted to get your thoughts on LA right now. But
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So you said LA is better for your mental health than Minnesota is. Could you explain to me what made you what's what's how do I find the words? What about Minnesota and your mental health changed so that you can go to LA and get like better sense of
Yeah.
your mental.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love Minnesota. It's
Right,
honestly my
right.
favorite state, and
Yeah.
I love everything about it except the winters and just the constant change of season. And the winters last there a really long time. It's dark, gloomy, and then once spring comes up, it's really gross and slushy. And there's just a long period of time every year in Minnesota that wasn't really great for my mental health. But the people there are amazing, the nicest people I've ever met. My family's there. I love Minnesota.
Yeah.
Actually was just there last week for about 10 days, which was great. But for me, having the weather actually is a really big thing for my mental health. I realize is having the consistent sun out to get that vitamin D, being able to go outside, always go on walks. I have a dog, so it's gets me
Yeah.
outside to get the sun every single day. So having that consistency year round has really made a big difference in my mental health so far.
No, I love dogs. Dogs are the best. Hate cats. Only reason why I don't like cats is because I'm definitely allergic to them, and if I can die from them, no thanks, I'm out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a big no-no for me. But yeah. So I'm still trying to find a state where it's the year-round cold weather. Here in South Carolina, it's always hot. So
Right.
which I can't. I can. I think I can move to Alaska, but I think they have hot season there too. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe like Minnesota, there's like 3 seasons or 3 months that are pretty hot, but besides that, it's pretty cool and colder weather. So maybe that's a good place.
I'm on my way to Minnesota, man. Yeah.
There you go.
So let's talk maybe about your music since we've learned about you a little bit. Um, so looking you up and researching you on Apple Music, it says that you are a rocker and a pop artist, but I hear some punk in your music too. So it's like a
Definitely.
trifecta of like beautiful stuff going on, pop, punk, and rock. Um, Do you concur those? I mean, are you okay with being three time, or like did you like is like rock one of your main things, or I mean, like what do you strive to be?
Totally. I
Yeah.
think all those three genres are all true. And
Okay.
I actually haven't really looked on Apple Music a lot. I mostly focus on Spotify, so that's actually interesting to hear
Yeah.
that that's what they put out there. But yeah, I think that's all very true. It can be rock in terms of the classic electric guitar and drums. It can be pop because some of my melodies are very poppy, more modern. It can be punk because the sound is a lot crunchier. There's a lot of screaming involved. So it's definitely all three of those mixed. I try to tend to lean a little more towards pop punk, but naturally I grew up with a ton of rock music, so you can hear those influences in there as well. So I think those three perfectly sum up what kind of music I make.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Pop punk. It's been a while since I've heard that term pop punk.
Right.
You heard it. You heard it back in the 2000s, and never again. It's always weird. But okay. According to you, who is your favorite rock and roll artist of all time right now?
Rock and roll,
Yeah.
oh man, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was such a big fan of Matchbox 20 growing up, and I
Mhm.
consider them just rock,
That's
maybe
all, yeah.
not rock and roll, rock. I love Rob Thomas. I wanted to sing just like him growing up and never really had the courage to do that until 2018 when I graduated college and I really wanted to dive in and start trying music out. And he was like kind of the main influence I listened to and tried to sound like for a long time. So I would say Matchbox 20 was like my big favorite rock band growing up for sure.
Well, I mean, I don't think you have the exact voice of Rob Thomas, but your voice is like perfectly for your music, and I'm sure you have you yet covered any Matchbox 20 songs? Because I feel like you can hit those out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did so many covers of them
Okay. Okay.
through my music career. Um, like 2018 to like 2022, I played so many like acoustic gigs in Minnesota at bars, breweries, wineries, and a lot of it was Matchbox 20 covers. I think I have one cover on YouTube that's a very raw Matchbox 20 song. I think it's She's So Mean. I did that, but I've kind of leaned away from that because I want to do my own stuff now and really want to find my own voice and my own presence in the music industry. So I
Right.
don't do a lot of covers anymore, mostly
Yeah.
just my own original stuff.
Yeah, yeah, because it's funny because all the independent art I've interviewed a lot of independent artists, and they always say, yeah, you gotta play covers to get people in the venue, and then break
Right.
out with your originals, which makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't know why everybody loves covers that so much, but it's always a good thing.
Yeah, I think people just like hearing something familiar that they can sing along to that they already know that's been on the radio and having like a twist of someone else's voice or take on it definitely is important. That's something that I'm actually thinking about diving into once this next project out is getting actually some covers up there on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, stuff
Right.
like that.
Um, Going back to what I said about your music is pop, punk, and rock blend orientation, right? So
Yeah.
when you're writing songs, do you have a specific genre for that one song in mind, or does it just come natural, whatever you're going for?
Totally both. Like
Okay.
it's funny because like writing music can be all over the place sometimes. Like there's been times where I've listened to specific bands to get the sound that I really wanted to, and I had to like live in that genre for months just to like ingrain that sound and that style in my head to be able to write like that. Other times I'll pick up my acoustic guitar, start writing something. I have like a couple of slower songs in the album that are mostly acoustic like that. So it really just depends on the genre, what I'm feeling that day, and what kind of is needed for the project.
Right, right. Um, you have an album that I want to go into. It's going to be songs I wrote instead of texting you.
Yeah.
Great title. Because I don't know anybody who wants to. Well, I text way too much, and I should stop. But that's coming out September 12th. So in it's the next month, or yeah, August. Yeah, it's next month. Yeah. Um, but these songs are so personal for you because they dive into heartbreak, anxiety, depression. I suffer with depression, so I'm automatically glued to this album, you know. And you deal with like what you said before we talked. You said emotional roller coaster of figuring out who I am while dealing with all of it. Um, can you go like into like a deeper dive because I really resonate with that whole
Yeah.
thing right there. Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
Definitely, and
yeah,
that's why I'm so excited to release this is to hopefully help other people, inspire other people that are going through things that I've gone through and still am going through. And anxiety, depression, mental health has been a big part of my life, and just trying to navigate how to get through that has definitely been an emotional roller coaster, like I said.
yeah,
So, I think when I first moved to LA, it was kind of one of the hardest years of my life. It was the first really big change I ever had where I didn't really know anybody. I was kind of on my own journey to figure out like what I want to do next with music, what did I want, who I wanted to be, what I want to do next with my life, and I felt like around that time I wouldn't say my whole personality changed, but my whole outlook on things changed, and it was a really just really hard time just figuring out what the next steps were, and I kind of went in this downward spiral of having really bad depression and suicidal ideations, and I was really scared, and one of the best ways that I found catharsis was actually writing music and putting my heart in my sleeve and being honest with how I was feeling. And a lot of that at the time was about relationships, wearing my heart in my sleeve with that, and then additionally the mental health stuff. So it's a lot of life situations. There's a specific song I wrote called Over and Over on the album that's about mental health and it's about not feeling okay, but there's always a bright side at the or there's always a better side at the end of the tunnel, whatever they
right,
say.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I can really attest to that because when I moved from Sumter, where my parents are, you know, it's just like 45 minutes down the road. But when I moved from Sumter to Lexington on my own, I was really depressed because I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? You know, I can't live on my own. You know, can't figure stuff out. You know, so I can really understand that feeling. But in the end, I'm the happiest person right now. You know, I'm
yeah,
dealing with all that stuff. You know, I guess we got to deal with the bad stuff to get to the good stuff. You know,
I
so
love that. That's
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
like what I'm trying to show people too, is just because things are tough now doesn't mean they can't get any better. And there's so many ways to come out on the other side a better person, whether that's with therapy, surrounding yourself with friends, family, treating your body right, finding some kind of way to express yourself. Like there's so many different ways to get through those tough times. And that's what I really want to help people with is kind of just get those options in front of them so they can find that sweet spot in their life.
yeah. So when you are, I don't know if you're still under depression, but when you were under depression still, um, did you find yourself mainly going to, since you're a writer, did you find yourself going to write something down, or did you like, I mean, like what was your first run to when you are starting feeling depressed? You know, because there's all kinds of stuff you can run to, but yes, but since you are a writer, I figured, you know, writing like a lyric down would help you, you know, get over, you know.
Definitely, like writing is such a good tool for people that are struggling with mental health. Even if you're not a songwriter, just writing down how you're feeling that day, why you're feeling that, and then maybe trying to figure out, okay, what next steps that I can take, whatever it might be. Just writing is such a great form of therapy for yourself. And I definitely suggest if you aren't doing that, anybody out there, definitely try that. And I think something that's just as powerful is just talking to
Yeah,
someone. Sometimes just holding these things inside of you, it festers, it builds up, it makes things a lot harder. So just getting them out in any way, whether it's writing, whether it's talking, those things are such a good way to kind of get those things off your chest and to make yourself feel better about the situation.
right, right. Yeah, yeah, that's a good. That's a good thing to do. Um,
Yeah.
so we're living in an AI world right now. You know, it's so sorry to say, you know, but what does the word authentic mean to you as being on stage and in the studio? And really, how do you predict that with all these trends going around in an industry that wants you to go trend wise as opposed to being authentic? You know, what does
Right.
authentic mean to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think being authentic as an artist is important, but taking it a step further, just being authentic as a human being is important. There's been a lot of times in my life where I feel like I've tried to be someone that I'm not,
Yeah.
whether that is to fit in, to impress someone, maybe it's to change me because I didn't like me at that time, and every time that happens, it kind of gets yourself in a deeper and deeper rabbit hole of not being authentic. And the happiest I've been is when I've been able to be authentic and be around people that accept me for my authenticity. So I think just having that knowledge now as I'm getting older is one of the best pieces of advice like I've given to younger people and there may be teens. I have a younger sister. We talk about these things all the time, and just seeing people being authentic, it makes them so much warmer and more easy to be around, and that's what I strive to be as well. So yeah, if we're talking about AI and authenticity as well, I think being an artist, like there's pros and cons to everything. Like I'm not super against AI for any reason. I think there
Right.
are a lot of good things it can do, and if you want to use AI to write your music because you don't know how for lyrics or production, like I say go for it. I don't
Mm.
think it's a terrible thing. I do think it gets to a point though where it can be the whole thing, and that's where it doesn't seem super authentic. So there's definitely a balance between AI and singer-songwriters nowadays. So it's about picking and choosing what things you need help with that doesn't sacrifice your whole creativity and authentic side.
Yeah. Have you heard of that? I forget the band's name, but there was an
Yeah,
AI band. Oh,
right.
okay. So you have heard of it. Okay.
Yes, I have heard of it.
That's weird. I think it pulled like the most numbers out of any other like right? Yeah, or something like weird like that.
Yeah, they blew up like really fast. I can't remember what
Yeah,
the name was too. It was
yeah, I don't.
something
Yeah.
something weird. But even like the Spotify header picture is like super AI
Oh,
generated. You can
yeah,
tell.
yeah.
I didn't listen to any of the songs because I didn't
Oh, I
want
didn't either.
to
No, hell
give
no.
them that stream.
Yeah,
That's when it gets into, in my personal opinion, that's when it's too much. When everything's just AI generated. Because there are a lot of artists out there like me and others who spend countless hours every single day working on our craft instead
yeah,
of typing something into an AI generator to create art, as they would like to say. So yeah, I definitely think if you're a listener out there, I wouldn't support those kinds of things. Support artists that are
yeah.
really putting their heart and soul into their projects.
Speaking of supporting an artist, man, you gave me a great segue too. So speaking of support artists, I always encourage fans buy physical merchandise. You know, I got a whole bookshelf of vinyl records right there. I don't know if you can
Love
see
it.
them. Yeah, but
Yeah, definitely.
I just love physical stuff. You know, physical media. You know, and I think that digital is taking away that connection. You know. Because you're right. I mean, you spend hours writing, rehearsing, buying equipment, you know, drums, guitars,
Right.
microphones, and people don't really, it's not because fans understand, but other folks don't understand the whole process you're going through, you know.
Totally.
So I think it's a shame that they don't really want to learn how you do what you do, you know. Um. So yeah.
Definitely.
So. And I'm looking on your website, Zack King Music, and you have merchandise. So I encourage
Yeah.
everybody to go to ZackKingMusic.com and buy some of his merchandise. He's got hats, shirts, um, I think keychains. You know, you could
Yeah.
buy them all for $20. You know, I mean,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, and we got some new merchandise coming out for the album really soon as well. I got my graphic designer working on a couple
yeah,
different things, the album name, a couple specific songs with lyrics on shirts, hats, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on when that comes
yeah,
out.
yeah. Please do, yeah, yeah. Because I heard that if you buy a physical, it could be just one shirt. if you buy like one shirt, it equals like 20,000 like downloads or listens,
Right.
right? Which is insane to say,
Yeah, it's like what is it like 0.0001 cents for every stream or something
Right?
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
a world that doesn't even use pennies anymore, that's virtually nothing. So
Right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate
That's
that.
not even a penny. So which
Yeah,
is odd because it's like, well, I think I think they're going to try to take the penny out of the whole system.
I've
Hell,
heard that.
I heard they're trying to get rid of cash. It's all
Yeah,
digital now. So
exactly. So yeah, streams don't do it as much. Obviously, love when people stream my music. It just shows that it's getting out there. But yeah, if you want to financially support, merchandise is a great way, or supporting Patreons, whatever's out there for artists is always a good thing.
right, right, right. So you've been very open about seeking out therapy and joining into support groups and everything. Um, how has that journey influenced not only your mental health, but the honesty and vulnerability of your music? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been such a crazy journey. I've been going to therapy for a long time now, and it's definitely been on and off
Yeah.
through my life. And I don't suggest doing it on and off because I've
Right.
been known, yeah, I've been known to do that when things are going well. I can kind of back away a little and think I don't need it, and then eventually you realize you need it again. So, mental health has been a big part of my life since growing up, and luckily I had very supportive parents who were able to get me in front of the right people to talk to,
Yeah.
and it's definitely molded me into the person I am today. I feel like it not only has helped me with my mental health, but it's given me more empathy towards others, understanding that everybody's going through something no matter who they are.
Yeah.
So empathy and kindness have really come out of that in a positive way for me. And yeah, I think as a musician as well, like musicians feel things a lot more than the normal person, and people, obviously music lovers too, not just saying only musicians, but
Right. Right.
um,
Yeah.
so having that outlet has not only helped my mental health, it's definitely helped me write some of my best songs as well. So I wouldn't change my mental health for the world because it's gotten me to where I am today.
Yeah. Going back to what you said, you said a perfect thing because I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
You said you went to therapy for a minute, and then when you felt better, you stopped going. But see, I think that's just a brain telling you everything's okay. But then again, no, it's not. Because you always go back. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah. So that's not your fault. That's the human. Because I dealt with that too. Yeah. A lot of
right.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't like, if you are curious about anybody out there, like how to find a therapist or what those next steps would be, because it is a scary thing. Like, there's so many different resources out there.
Yeah.
Um, I suggest going to the website or app BetterHelp. There's always multiple different therapists there. So if you need somewhere to start, I think that was a great place for me to start my journey.
I do have a 25% off code for them. So everybody go to betterhelp.com/ when the words fail, music speaks. 25% off
Oh,
your first month. So
that's
it's not a
awesome.
bad that's not a bad deal. So
That's a great deal, definitely.
yeah, right, yeah, because I know that therapy and uh, they like to charge above and beyond. But I think when you can find a company that works with you and not against you, it's always an A+ hit
Totally.
home run. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, yeah. So you are a independent artist. I don't think that's by choice because well, it might be by choice. I don't know because I heard a lot of times there's a two-edged sword. There's always uh you get all the money in being a music independent artist, but you get no promo. If you sign with a company, you get all the promo, but no money. What do you feel is right for you? Are you always going to be an independent, or are you going to hopefully one day soon become a signed
Right.
guy? Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's been the constant back and forth in the music industry for a
battle.
while.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it worth it? Is it not? And every situation is different. I've heard horror stories about people signing with labels. I've heard people that have signed with labels where it's been a really good thing.
yeah.
For me right now, I definitely think I want to be an independent artist unless it is something that really makes sense to me
Right. Yeah,
moving forward. And it for a lot of labels it is more like a glorified loan. So
Yeah.
for me, I think it's good to pay for things as they go because being a musician is expensive. Paying for studio time, producers. I hire a band to play with me since I am a solo artist as well. Merchandise, licensing,
Everything.
and
Everything, dude.
equipment.
All right. Yeah.
It's
Well,
expensive.
okay. Well, since I am talking to you about this now, you said you're pretty much solo. So what doll? I guess it's a digitally audio workstation for people who don't understand. It's not good.
Yeah.
So which one do you use? I mean, because I've heard a lot of stuff about Fruit Loops. Heard a lot of bad stuff about what's the Macintosh version? I forget what that is, but yeah, it's either that version or Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not a producer. Like I'm not that
Okay.
good at doing
Oh,
that stuff.
okay.
But
Okay.
I use Ableton for a lot of demos, and I did create three different interludes on my album on my own in Ableton. And that's where AI comes in handy. I had no idea how to do anything, and I would just ask ChatGPT like, "Hey, how do I get this started?" And they gave me some tips and pointers to really hit the ground running with that. But yeah, I've created a couple different interludes on the album, but I haven't really created any of my own music on a DAW myself. I usually
Okay.
hire a producer.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's confusing, very, very confusing because I tried to produce me some music too for my friends, but that didn't happen. So I'm good sticking with I am. Here,
It's hard. It takes a
it is
lot
very
of
hard. Yeah,
yeah,
and a lot of fans take it for granted. They like you don't know what to. Oh, I'm working here.
yeah,
You know.
totally.
Yeah. So so discussing your independent artist right now. Um, what has to be the big challenges uh forging an independent path in today's music world? Like I said, I mean, has there been any major struggles that you faced up until now?
Yeah, of course. Like
Yeah.
there's the big benefit of working with labels is they'll do a lot of the promotion or marketing or booking for you, and you can just focus on the music side of things, which definitely sounds ideal because I have to do all those different things, create the art, the book gigs, hire a team, do social media, actually have time to write music and make music, to practice. There's so many different things. Being an independent artist, you have to figure out how to juggle.
Right.
So it definitely is difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Like I pretty much work on it every single day because I need to in all those different areas. But it is fun though. I do love doing a lot of the things. I really like marketing and creating content too. And there's definitely some bonuses to everything. But yeah, it's a hard journey for sure.
Yeah. So, with you doing everything yourself, do you find time to sleep? I mean, do you take any like melatonin to go to sleep? Yeah.
You know, somehow I still get my 8 hours in every day,
Oh,
and
that's good.
I do work a job as well. So it's
Yeah.
mostly working on music half the day, working half the day just to be able to get by. Because right now there's not a lot of money coming in from music. So it's a lot, definitely. And it's easy to get really burnt out, and that's something that I'm still needing to get better at is knowing when to slow down and not always be go, 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 and kind of enjoy how far we've come so far as well.
Right. Right. Well, we're gonna do some fun questions now. I don't,
Cool.
not that my questions were crap, but the big, you know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Okay. So I'm gonna give you two bands, okay,
Okay.
and you say this or that one, okay?
All right.
So
Like it.
we have Creed and Nickelback. Which one would you rather listen to right now? Not which one's better.
Yeah. I love Creed. Definitely Creed.
Creed. I love that you said that, man. Yeah. Creed
Yeah,
has always been my go-to. Yeah.
for
But I,
sure.
but I saw a documentary on Nickelback, and I respect them a whole lot more now.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely they get way too much crap for who they are. They've done such a great thing, and the fact that people are even talking about them still is like
Right.
such a
Yeah.
good thing for them. So yeah, I definitely respect them a
Yeah.
lot.
Right. I think that the reason why they got so much bad publicity from fans is you always heard some kind of song from Nickelback anywhere you go. It's
Yeah.
always over and over. I'm like, so I think they got bad. bad. I don't know. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Because it's good that
Right.
you get your music out there, but you don't want to give too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay. Since you're a rock fan, I'm going to just do this one.
Okay.
Megadeth or Metallica? It's the never-ending battle between them.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've listened to way more Metallica, so I have to say Metallica.
Yes. Yes. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I find Metallica very, very good. Back in, I think it's '95 Black Album. I don't know, but
Totally.
yeah, it seems to be the more years roll by, is the more sporadic that the albums get. But Metallica's my favorite band of all time. One of them.
Okay. Very
But
cool.
I really really dig Megadeth, only
Yeah.
because of the consistency. You know,
Right. Makes
year
sense.
after year after Metallica's like every 5 years, maybe, I don't know. You know.
Totally.
So all right, we're gonna do the last two bands, and then we'll get to the next question. Okay.
Okay.
Deftones or Incubus?
That's
Ooh,
a,
yeah.
I'd have to say Incubus for sure.
Incubus. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It mostly comes down to like I definitely listen to a lot of this music, but it comes down to like the most popular songs I know from each, and I like Incubus for sure.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I can't hardly say anything bad about it. I love Incubus. I love the Deftones, so it's hard for me to choose.
Yeah, there's
So,
no right or wrong answer on these
no,
for sure.
no, not with those two. No, no, no. Well, not with any man I just mentioned.
Right,
So, okay.
exactly.
So we're gonna do a hard question now.
Okay.
Well, no, no, no. We're gonna do like a fun question first before we go into the two hardest questions. Okay.
Okay.
Um. Okay. So Zack King in his teenager years. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh God. Right. Okay. So, we're looking around your room. Okay.
Yeah.
We're sitting down, looking at all four walls. Is there any music posters? And if so, who are they of?
Oh man. In those
Yeah.
years.
Back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. So Matchbox 20, like we talked about, would definitely be up there.
Okay.
Um, I was really into the Fray for a long time.
Great.
And yeah, my friends tease me about that still, which is funny. I still like listen to their original stuff. It's good. Let me think. Back in the day, in there, I would probably say an Eminem poster. I
Hmm.
was into Eminem for sure. Man, and probably Paramore. I love Haley
Paramore.
Williams.
I still
Yeah.
love their music, man. They're still pushing out great stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I love her voice so much. She's so good, and obviously the rest of the band too. But
Yeah.
it's hard to
Yeah.
say those ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
so mostly rock, pop punk, and then a
Yeah.
little rap, I guess.
Eminem is a strong, strong pick. I don't know
Yeah, you can't go wrong
anybody
with
who does
that,
not like
right?
Eminem. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree. And I listened to some of his brand new album, and it's killer.
Okay, I
Yeah.
have not listened to his
Check
newer
it
stuff,
out.
but
It's good. I think it's called The Death of Slim Shady or something like that.
okay,
It's a really, really
gotcha.
good album. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, two of the hardest questions we have for you. And okay, so we're gonna do like a Mount Rushmore of your favorite bands of all time. You have four, but if you want to, we can span it to five. Okay. So,
All
but
right.
I'm gonna give you four. But if you need five, I'll give you five. What's
Favorite
your
bands of
favorite
all
for
time.
any genre? It could be artists, albums, or like full bands.
Man, honestly, I have a lot of different genres that I like. Like I mostly make rock music, but there are
Yeah.
different artists that I like
Yeah.
as well. Oh, I would probably have to say Paramore,
Hmm. That's one.
Blink 182.
Two. Oh, good pick. Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Travis
is
Barker is
so hard.
everywhere. I
Yeah.
just see
No, this
do
is
all this.
really
But yeah,
difficult.
yeah, yeah,
Um, oh man, this is
yeah.
really hard. I need to think
Do you,
about this more,
do
but
you listen to some country music? I mean,
no, I'm not a
no.
country music
Nah,
fan.
we don't need country in
I
it.
love folk music. I just don't know who my favorite folk artist
Okay,
is.
okay, yeah, yeah,
I love Mountjoy, Noah Kahan, the Lumineers. I don't know if I would put them on there
no, yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would have to say Matchbox 22. Like they've been such a big influence for me.
that's fair. Yeah,
Um,
we got one
and
more, but if
one
you
more.
need a five, yeah.
Honestly, this one's a little controversial, I would say, but I really love the pop punk Machine Gun Kelly stuff that he's put out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's been a big influence of mine. That's someone who I've listened to a lot over the last
Okay.
couple of
Yeah.
years. So honestly, if I had like a couple of days, I would probably change a few of those. But off the top of my head, I would have to say those ones right
Well, the
now.
best thing about us is you can come back anytime you want to. You know,
There
we'll
you go.
talk more. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Yeah, but
Definitely gonna
Machine
think
Gun
about
Kelly.
this
Okay, yeah,
for sure.
I
Yeah.
do love his acting. He's a very good actor. I don't know if you saw The Dirt.
Yes. Oh
Um,
yeah. Definitely. That was
very
great. That
good
was great.
actor. Oh yeah, yeah, hands down.
Really
You know,
surprised.
yeah. It looks just like him. Looks just like Tommy back in the day. You know.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I don't think we would be friends. Like we have very different personalities. I'm not as extreme as he is, but I do love the
Really.
pop punk stuff
Yeah.
he's done with Travis from Blink 182.
Right. Yeah. 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 Which yeah, Travis Barker. Speaking of Travis Barker, he's like everywhere now because I saw him a couple of years ago with Post Malone. He's done a whole lot of features with this band, that band. You know, so
Yeah,
for
all over the
sure,
place.
man. Yeah, he's probably one of the greatest drummers ever, if not the greatest drummer right
Oh
now.
yeah,
You
he's
know?
my favorite drummer
Yeah.
ever for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I used to ask. Mainly, I ask drummers who was the best drummer of all time. You have John Bonham or you have Neil Peart, you know, and I get Bonham a lot, but then I get Peart
Yeah,
a lot. So it's kind of like, you know, but now in this modern era, I think it would be Barker for sure.
yeah,
You know,
definitely
hands down. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So, last question that I have for you, and then we'll let you go. Go.
All
Um,
right,
this is the hardest question. Well, you might knock it out of the park. Who knows? You know? Okay.
all right.
So, a song, album, or singer that you can listen to right now, but you can't tell me or your mom or your dad or your sister how or anybody else how it makes you feel deep inside your soul. What would that be?
Is this like, or I'm embarrassed to say that I listen to them?
It
Is
could
this
be
what you're saying?
it could be whatever you want.
It's like a guilty pleasure kind of thing.
No, it's like when you listen to the song or singer, like you can't explain how it makes you feel deep inside your soul. It's like you want to explain it real
Oh,
bad, but you're like, I can't really tell you how it makes me feel, you know? And we'll do the guilty
that
pleasure.
is a hard question. Someone
Yeah,
that I don't know how it makes me feel.
yeah.
Oh man,
Like you really want to tell somebody how, you know?
right.
Yeah.
You know, a mainstream one nowadays that makes me feel like that is Teddy Swims, if you've ever heard of him.
Yes, I actually
Yeah,
saw him in concert. Yeah, he's great.
you
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
Oh man, his voice is just so unique and so great. Or Hosier, I love
Oh,
Hosier's
yeah,
voice.
okay, yeah.
So yeah, not in my genre, but their voices definitely stick out. And honestly, another one that's super random, but his voice is like butter. I think one of the best singers right now is probably Nick Jonas. I love Nick
Really?
Jonas's voice. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I think he's got such a unique and such a attractive voice
Yeah.
in the least weird way possible. But
Yeah.
so yeah, not everybody in my genre is, I guess. Like I don't even consider myself like the best singer ever, but their voices are just like next level. Those three for
Well,
sure.
and Terry Swift is like pop music, right?
Yeah,
Popish,
he's like
kind of.
yeah, he's very like mainstream pop,
Yeah,
I would say for
yeah,
sure. It's like soft pop kind
yeah,
of definitely,
yeah.
but very good and
Oh yeah.
yeah, make you want to tear up.
Right, right, right.
Sure.
So as I mentioned, everybody, you can go to Zack King Music, ZACKKING music.com, and you can find his music on Spotify, Apple Music, like I said before, and he is on TikTok. TikTok, we're on TikTok. I still can't
TikTok, Instagram, those are my big two platforms right now.
and you're also on Facebook too, right?
Also on Facebook,
Okay,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. So I'll link everything below, so that the fans can see you and buy some of your merchandise. Is there any shows I mean, are you doing a tour with this album or you know?
So Yeah, that's still kind of up in the air right now. We definitely want to go all over California, maybe some of the West Coast as well. But yeah, we're actually just starting to get some booking going, so
Nice,
that's
nice,
TBD.
nice. Well, I mean, you gotta come here to the East Coast and leave me and we can hang out together, right?
That'd be great. Yeah, let me
Yeah,
know.
yeah, cool. All right. So we honestly love you here at Windward Trail. Hey, and I see you got a Stratocaster. Is that a Strat behind you?
Yep, got a
Nice.
Strat, got a Fender acoustic as well. I'm not one of those people that needs a million different guitars. I usually stick with just the two. So
But yeah, yeah. Well, I have five and can't play a lick to save my life. So I'm more
there
like
you
a
go.
collector than anything else, you know. But
Yeah, that's cool too.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, but we honestly welcome you back anytime you want to, and maybe we can finish off that our top four bands of all time, because
There we go.
I know it's changed already, just
Totally. I feel like if
yeah.
you asked me in a week, it would be a completely different
It'll be
answer.
completely different too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
Um, so we love you here. Yeah. So please come back anytime you want to. Okay.
Thanks, James. I really appreciate you having me. This was a great
Sure. No
time.
problem. No problem. And with that said, everybody, always remember when words fail, music speaks. Bye, guys.